What's going on, guys? It's Ace, and today we're gonna be watching 3 True Horror Stories, by Mr.Nightmare. So you already know we're gonna be chopping parts out. That if you want to watch the entire video, you're gonna have to go to his channel. So I'm gonna leave that link down in the description below. So if you want to watch the rest of the video, you're gonna have to go over there. So without further ado, let's get it. Let's go. 3 creepy true horror stories. It is nighttime, by the way. Oh, shit. Story 1.
I was house sitting for my grandma one weekend while she went to Florida with some of her church friends. I was sleeping in the guest bedroom next to her room.
Yeah, because that's a good place to be
sleeping. The guest bedroom
sleeping.
always had 2 twin beds inside of it that my brother and I would sleep in when we had sleepovers at her house.
Okay.
I took the bed next to the window, but before getting into bed...
You never, ever, ever take the one near the window. The worst one.
I checked all the doors, making sure they were locked. When I did get into bed, it was early, and I didn't actually go to sleep for a while. There wasn't much to do at my grandma's house. I was just on my phone for an hour or two, watching videos, texting people, whatever. That's when I thought I could start hearing someone's voice outside.
Oh no.
It sounded like a woman's voice, saying hello. I left the bedroom and inched my way closer to the front door, moving slow because I was trying to listen.
Why would you go downstairs?
It was a woman's voice, just going hello like every 10 seconds. As I got closer to the front door, I realized that's where it seemed to be coming from. My grandma's door doesn't have a peephole, but the windows in her dining room gave a clear view of the front porch, so I went over to that window to attempt to get a view of who was out there.
Really? Really?
I tried peeking my head in between the plastic blinds without making it obvious. But I guess I didn't do a good job of that, because when I looked, I don't
know if it's just me, but every single horror film, every single horror video, every story, if someone's going to check the blinds, they always get caught. Why? Why? Why would you even look if you know you're gonna get seen? No.
I could see a woman on my grandma's stoop, and she was looking right at me, as if she knew I was going to be looking through those blinds. Once again, she said hello, with some freakish smile on her face. This woman was older, but don't picture her as some innocent-looking, small old lady. She looked like she was maybe late 50s, early 60s, and something about her face just skeeved me out. I moved away from the window and thought, maybe...
Something about an old lady freaked you out. Maybe it was the wrinkles. God damn it.
He was one of my grandma's friends. It was midnight, though. Why would anyone come to the door this late?
Right?
Why wouldn't she knock or ring the bell? Why was she just standing out there going hello over and over?
She wanted those chicken nuggets.
I was genuinely unsettled. I just went back to the guest bedroom and shut the door. Now with the door shut as opposed to before, I couldn't hear that woman anymore. Maybe it was that, or she just decided to leave.
That's a good point.
I started texting everyone about it, my sisters, my friends, telling them how bizarre it was. But a good amount of time passed in silence, and I was starting to calm down. My sisters were telling me to call Grandma, but there was a 0% chance she was awake, and she barely ever even checked her cell phone anyway.
That makes sense. Everyone knows grandmas go to sleep really early.
Just like that, something broke the silence. A banging at the window. Not a knocking or tapping, banging.
Nope.
I felt that fierce pain in my chest area.
I already know what's gonna happen.
My body entered that fight or flight mode. Shortly after the banging stopped, I heard that familiar voice say hello.
No.
With that boost of adrenaline.
I would have ran so fast! I would have gotten the sharpest, closest object I could find. I would have been out. No one, if I was in that situation, was going to mess with me, because you're going to get stabbed. Get stabbed.
I guess I had the extra confidence to grab the blind and push it up. There I was, face to face with this horrifying older lady, with only a thin layer of glass between us.
That would freak me out so bad.
I screamed at her smiling, gross face, I'm calling the cops. I pulled the blind back down and ran back outside to the living room.
Why?
I looked around the house, then ran upstairs to box myself into the upstairs guest bedroom. I didn't want to actually call the cops. I don't know why. I wanted to just wait it out.
Why would you wait
into
that
the bed
out?
in the upstairs guest bedroom and tucked myself under the covers. A couple hours later, I was still awake, and I finally only then went back downstairs to look outside each window. That freaky old lady seemed to be gone.
Hopefully.
The next
Jesus
morning, I called my
Christ.
grandma and told her what happened. She started yelling into the phone, clearly panicking and distressed. She told me how a few days earlier, she was being watched in the grocery store by some woman about 10 years younger than her, who just kept smiling at her for no reason. I told her to calm down. I didn't entirely know whether to correlate the two or not.
Calm
But when we
down.
eventually got off the phone with each other, I did have to give it a second thought. My grandma is 75, and she has lost a bit of her wits, so I do have to take some of the things she says with a grain of salt. But the way she yelled into the phone about the woman in the store really gave me the chills, and I still wonder if it could have been the same person.
Alright, yo, for real? If this ever happened to me and my grandmother, I would move immediately. I'd be like, Ma, we're leaving. I'm gone. We gotta move. I'd tell me to move. I'd tell my mom to move. I'd tell my grandmother to move. We'd be out. There's no way I'd be staying in that same house, and I would never go to her house again. I like my grandparents' house. In fact, I was just here today. I was just there today. I just got back from their house. I would never go back. Ever. Story 2. What could possibly go wrong in this one? Nothing. Yeah.
My name is Nicholas. I'm currently a freshman at Syracuse University, which doesn't exactly sit in the safest area. I just went through a breakup with my first girlfriend, so I started getting back into the online dating scene.
Bruh.
I was using the app Hinge when I found some blonde girl named Stephanie who I really connected with.
Oh my god. Some blonde girl named Stephanie. Does that not sound like the most basic chick you've ever heard of in your life? Really?
She also went to Syracuse. We both liked to read, go to the movies, we even had the same sense of humor.
Who reads?
I suggested we go on a movie date, and she said she'd love to. She told me to meet her at some specific point near campus, and she'd pick me up. So, around 9 o'clock, I waited on some corner of a normal neighborhood block, waiting for Stephanie.
That sounds like a normal date.
She asked me to share my location with her, and so I did. A few minutes later, I saw a car turn down the street and start approaching me. Then it stopped in front of me, and the driver rolled down the window. It wasn't Stephanie, though, but some old random guy. He asked what I was doing alone out here, which was insanely weird, first of all. Then I said I was waiting for someone. He asked if I was waiting for Stephanie, and I said, yeah, how'd you know?
Bruh, no.
He said he was Stephanie's father, and told me to hop in so he could give me a ride to her.
No, you don't.
I took a good look at him.
You don't trust that. You don't trust it. First of all, you're in university, okay? Second of all, she said she was gonna pick you up. That means she has a car. She didn't mean no plans for her daddy to come and pick you up. She said she was gonna come and pick you up. That's a no-go, okay? No. There's no way I'm getting in that car.
And he looked a little old to be her father, to be honest. I'm no idiot when it comes to sketchy situations, so I said it.
Oh, sure, you're no idiot, but you get in the car. You get in the car, but you're not an idiot.
In a firm voice, why didn't you tell me you'd be picking me up? He claimed he didn't trust a random guy meeting up with his daughter, and wanted to meet me first. I took another good look at the man and didn't say anything. I simply started walking away in the opposite direction from where his car was facing. He started yelling hey hey, sounding surprised that I was just walking away like that, but I've heard way too many kidnapping stories to know where this could potentially go.
Really? You think?
I heard the guy's car moving, and I turned to make sure he wasn't doing a U-turn to follow me. I breathed a sigh of relief when he drove straight and turned left out of sight.
That's good.
I continued walking down the block towards campus. I got to the corner of the block and was just about to make a turn when I noticed what I was pretty sure to be the same car the man was driving, just parked on the side of the road with the light shut off. I briefly tried looking into the window as I passed, but the glass was tinted. I tried not making it obvious that I was suspicious and continued walking. I got a text from this so-called Stephanie person saying, "Why didn't you get in the car with my dad?" I ignored the text and continued walking.
Oh no, she has his phone.
I kept looking back to see if the car would move. When I got to an intersection in the road, I turned right and then full-on booked it in the direction of campus. Surprisingly,
Thanks. Sorry about that.
Only I wasn't followed. I made it back to campus out of breath and started walking to my dorm building. I felt like I heard footsteps following me though. I thought maybe I was being paranoid, but when I heard a piece of broken glass being kicked by someone's shoe, I knew I was being tailed.
Okay,
I made a
100%.
point
You
of
hear that
ducking down
glass, you
behind a
know
van
you're being
and
followed.
stopping to give me time to listen for where their footsteps were coming. They were a few cars away from me. Then I remembered. I never stopped sharing my location with Stephanie, or should I say that man. I saw him. It was that old man. He was approaching from between two cars across from me.
No.
He yelled something that I didn't fully understand, but it sounded like he said, "Come back and I'll take you to her." He had to be like 60-something.
Why
There's
was
no
he
way he
still
would catch me if I
following?
sprinted. I lost him easily when I ran, and made it back to my dorm room. My roommate wasn't there, so I had no one to talk to about it. But when I lay in my bed, I got another text from that man, and it was shocking. It said, "You're a little piece of fucking shit. You're lucky you got away. I would have strangled your ugly ass." I still have the screenshot.
He would have strangled you not because you ditched his daughter. It's because he couldn't get his playtime that he...
I replied saying thanks for the threat, it's going straight to the police, and I blocked his number.
Good idea.
I still have the conversation saved as evidence, and I plan on going to the police with it eventually. Hopefully they are able to do something about it.
It's a good decision. I was liking that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry to cut it short, but yeah, I said we were going to chop parts out. So story number 3, if you want to watch the rest of this video, please go down to the description and check out Mr.Nightmare's channel, and it will take you straight to this video. So yeah, man, there's no way, like, if a girl is trying to meet up with you and her dad shows up in the car, that's a catfish and a half. I don't know about you, but I mean, that was pretty obvious. Start of the video, or sorry, the start of that story. There's no way I would even think about hopping in the car. If he hopped in that car, he would have been such a dumbass. It's ridiculous. I don't even know. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, so you don't miss any more of these amazing reaction videos that I am just now starting to do. So are they quite amazing? I don't know. Decide by leaving a like. See you later.